I feel like when it comes to alien and UFO discourse, the biggest question, or at least the one I hear the most often, is where's the proof? The non-grainy footage or photos? The physical evidence? Where's the stuff that fell from the sky? Or maybe that's just my inner dad dialogue. I can get the two confused pretty easily. Question for you. What do you think is the most certain, without a doubt, evidence that aliens have visited us? Let me know in the comments and let's dive into it. Alrighty everybody, we're gonna kick off today with Project Galileo. The discovery of, let's see if I get this right folks, well-rounded, spherical, metallic marbles of less than a millimeter in size and weighing less than 1 milligram found in the Pacific Ocean at the site of a crash of a basketball court-sized object from outside the solar system back in 2014 led scientists to claim that we have possibly found remnants of an alien ship or discovered alien technology. Avi Loeb, the lead scientist at the beginning of his search along with his team in the Pacific Ocean, had remarked that we just embarked on a terrestrial ship in search of the possible relics of an extraterrestrial ship. It's a fun phrase to say. The tiny spheres are composed of a metallic substance unmatched to any existing alloys in our solar system. Scientists are even claiming the objects could be the first time that humanity has found solid evidence of interstellar objects, suggesting the possible existence of aliens. According to scientists, these spheres are perhaps the strongest contenders for being an alien artifact. Yes, I keep repeating myself, and yes, I will continue to do so, because if this claim is proved, it could become a possible evidence. It's the proof. It's the concrete proof that we've been looking for. Even the US Space Command is believed to have confirmed the possibility of the particles being not from the solar system. So exciting. Next up, we have a word that's about to be fun for me to say over and over and over again. A Oumuamua. I swear I tried looking up how to pronounce things for today, folks. I'm not perfect. That's what the internet told me. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Please be nice. This cosmic visitor decided to make a spectacular entrance back in 2017. How? Well, this massive elongated object, resembling a cosmic cigar, hurtled past Earth at an extraordinary speed. We're talking like 196,000 miles per hour, leaving astronomers and enthusiasts alike in awe. NASA, ever the cosmic sentinel, proclaimed it a celestial emissary, a cosmic envoy from beyond our solar borders. Its trajectory, its otherworldly speed, set it apart as the first known interstellar object to venture into our cosmic neighborhood. However, the origins of this little wanderer remained shrouded in mystery, a puzzle that intrigued and perplexed the detectives of NASA. Going back to our expert that I consulted earlier, Avi Loeb, with the audacity to entertain the possibility of it being the extraterrestrial, postulated that it might not be just a little cosmic wanderer, but a relic of advanced alien technology. This little artifact cast adrift from a civilization beyond our cosmic horizon. His hypothesis injected a dose of extraterrestrial intrigue into the scientific discourse, igniting the imaginations of those like us who are like, aliens? Aliens? Please? Please? Granted, the overall jury of scientists remains divided, and other scientists who are like, I'm more of a skeptic, were like, okay, what about this? It might be a little like something dislodged from a planetary abode years and years and years ago that's just sort of went through gravity, went through space, and made it here. But hey, it's something that has caused a lot of people, a lot of experts, a lot of, I guess you could say, enthusiasts like myself, who are just like, this would be really cool. All of these theories colliding, they each offer a great glimpse into the possible origin story of this little, I don't know what. Since its discovery by 3 rockhounds in the mountains of eastern California, this little 2x3-inch stone-like mass has been at the heart of speculation around the world. It's known as the Coso Artefact, and honestly, it wouldn't look out of place in my hometown for folks who play around former mine sites. By the way, it was named after the California mountain range where it was found. And also, it's not mining debris. Also, nobody's really sure what it is. Was it a rock embedded 500,000 years ago with an electronic device left on Earth by alien visitors? Or was it the remnant of a long-gone advanced civilization? Why all the speculation? Well, when the rock-like object was sliced in half shortly after its discovery, a perfectly circular, porcelain-like section was found inside of it. In the center of that section was a tiny pin that corresponded to a magnet. An X-ray clearly showed the metal pin, with a spring or helix at one end, and the other half of the object showed metal covering the porcelain-like cylinder. So, how could this technology end up inside such an ancient mass? People have called it the world's oldest spark plug, while skeptics have dismissed it as a geological anomaly. But it's a complete mystery. There's no doubt there. The saga started innocently enough on February 13th of 1961 when a couple of friends went to a peak to look for interesting mineral specimens because they owned a gem and gift shop and they're like, okay, what can we hawk? They're like, this could be a geode, which, if you don't know what geode is, it's a rock with a cavity that's lined with really colorful, really pretty minerals. Tourists love them. I have one that I got during a field trip to Science North way back in the day. They're beautiful. So Virginia Maxey, one of the shop owners, wrote a letter to the editor of Desert Magazine being like, I don't know. It's not just a pretty little geode. In the opinion of one trained geologist, it has taken at least 500,000 years for this nodule to attain its present form, but when we cut it open, this is a man-made object. Now, she never identified the geologist that they got this quote from, but it was enough for all the stories and all the discourse to begin. And we're talking like from back then till present day. Chad Wyndham of Pendleton, Oregon, former president of the Spark Plug Collectors of America, still remembers looking at the X-ray. Yep, there's a club for everything, everybody. Even though it was poor quality, according to him, it was 100% no doubt in his mind that it was a champion plug, because at the time they made more spark plugs than everybody else combined. Okay. There were mining operations near where the artifact was found, and a lot of people were like, hey, it could come from there. So what happened after the discovery? Not much. The artifact collected dust for a lot of years in the closet of the son of one of the rockhounds who found it, becoming a family heirloom, a party piece. Okay, my vote, because right now we're going a little too sciencey, alien hardware that wound up in a concretion situation. So typically you see concretions when stopping by a seashore, in a riverbed, in the desert, poking around mountains, all these little spherical rock-like objects. One way they form is as a sediment builds up in successive layers on something like a shell or a pebble, or random alien tech hanging out just long enough. Think about it, okay? An old mine would be a perfect hideout for UFOs, and an easy way to explain the unexplainable. Or the aliens could have visited before the mine became a mine, and the tech inspired spark plugs. The possibilities are endless, folks, if you just open up your minds to aliens. The 12,500-year-old Shigir Idol has been compared to alien heads by a number of people who are, pro-paranormal, and if that phrase isn't music to your ears, you must be new around here, so welcome! It is the oldest known wooden sculpture, and it was carved during the Mesolithic period, shortly after the end of the last ice age, and is twice as old as Egypt's Great Pyramid. It was discovered on January 24th of 1890 at a depth of about 4 meters in the peat bog of Shigir, on the eastern slope of the Middle Urals, near the village of Kalata, and approximately 100 kilometers from Yekaterinburg. If I got any of those wrong, I'm sorry. Investigations in this area had begun 40 years earlier, after the discovery of a variety of prehistoric objects in an open cast gold mine. Wow, my mine cover-up story is working really well, ain't it? So the statue was extracted in 10 parts. Professor D.I. Lobanov combined the main fragments to rebuild a sculpture that was about 2.8 meters high. Fast forward to 1914, an archaeologist proposed a variant of his reconstruction by integrating the unused fragments. Well, and now this little thing went from 2.8 to 5.3 meters high. Radio host Brady D'Angelo, or Brady in the Morning, posted to Facebook saying, looks like an alien's head to me. So many alien-looking drawings and artifacts in our distant past, it's crazy. I'm not saying our ancestors might have been aliens and they took their DNA and fused it with a monkey's DNA to create humans. I'm not saying that at all. Not all. Not yet. The perfectly preserved wooden sculpture is believed to be proof of the vast changes in climate since it was made. Typically, wood tends to break down in most environments and doesn't really last to be discovered by archaeologists. Well, compared to stuff like stone and metal. So this weird statue and its carvings might be proof of alien artifacts just landed here, blended in with the environments, and just hanging out, waiting to be discovered. Alright, let's see if I can end today without bungling another word. The Sanxingdui site discoveries. The 3,000-year-old treasures are believed to have reignited debates on the existence of aliens, which, yes, please. Despite scientists saying the artifacts could change all we know about human history, I don't know, looking at this mask, it's an alien. Look, it's got these wide-set eyes, a deep nose, which is similar to the earlier discoveries of bronze human statues, and, well, it looks kind of alien. Evidence of an ancient culture was first found in 1927 when a well-to-do farmer unearthed a large stash of jade relics while dredging an irrigation ditch, many of which throughout the years found their ways into the hands of private collectors. Which means they're valuable. Fast forward to 1931, the discovery was brought to the attention of an Anglican missionary who recognized the importance of the discovery and contacted a local magistrate, as well as Daniel Sheets Dye, a professor of geology at West China Union University. The three of them then visited the location and photographed and measured the site, as you do. Then we get to 1934, when David Crockett Graham, the new director of the museum, organized the first archaeological excavation. Okay, let's get forward to 1986, when local workers accidentally found sacrificial pits containing thousands of gold, bronze, jade, and pottery artifacts that had been broken, perhaps ritually disfigured, burned, and carefully buried. Containing approximately 800 objects, the second sacrificial pit was found a little less than a month later, only about 20 to 30 meters from the first one. Bronze objects found in the second sacrificial pit included sculptures of humans, animal face sculptures, bells, decorative animals such as dragons, snakes, chicks, birds, and axes. Tables, masks, and belts were some of the objects found that were made out of gold, while objects made out of jade included axes, other weapons, tablets, rings, and tubes. There was also a large number of ivory and clamshells. Researchers were astonished to find an artistic style that was completely unknown in the history of Chinese art. So here's the alien stuff. In March of 2021, more than 500 cultural relics, including a 3,000-year-old gold mask, were discovered at a 4.6 square mile area outside of the provincial capital of Chengdu. The mask is estimated to be made from 84% gold and weighs 280 grams. According to the National Culture Heritage Administration, the items were recovered from 6 newly discovered sacrificial pits. And they found a bunch of other stuff, by the way. These 6 pits were discovered at the site between 2020 and 2022 during a renewed slate of excavations. And what do you know? Scientists don't have answers for how they came to be. So, once again folks, alien artifacts. They fell out of the sky, they match what we have here on Earth. We've always been trying to replicate what we knew that came from out of there. Seriously, look at the pictures. And that's it for me once again folks. I've been Alexa, your resident ooky spooky girly, and if you enjoyed my ramblings today, could you help us out by giving this video a like, subscribing if you aren't already, hit the bell for more alien chatter from us here at Top 5 Scary Videos, and I'll see y'all next time you lovely spooky people.